Hello and welcome back to Shakhtar to Glory, episode 48 now. We're really starting to plough through this third season. It's been a bit of a while since I recorded the last episode, which obviously was the Inter Milan game, but we'll go through that shortly and what we've done since. But yeah, we're really flying through, like I say, because I really am just focusing on the Champions League this year. I'm not bringing any more nothing really domestically. I think I've touched on it possibly in a few episodes. Like I say, it's been a while since I've recorded, so I can't remember exactly what I've said in those episodes. But yeah, we're ticking along really nicely. We probably will have a couple of domestic games after this one, purely because we're in December. The next lot of group games, or the next knockout games, assuming we get there. Well, the Europa League at least, because we should be there at least. But we'll discuss that shortly, just where we're at currently, just as a recap. But we've got a big gap. We've got a winter break as well. So I really want to, actually, with the winter break might actually take us to the Champions League. But I think we might have touched on that before again as well, sort of going over old ground here. But we'll see. It depends how long it takes me to get through to those games in the Champions League, or the Europa League, because I don't want to miss an upload day that I do or something like that. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I might have to just try and plough through that, maybe bring a transfer window episode or something like that. And my light in my front room is flickering. Obviously you can't see it, but it's going a little bit crazy. I'm not sure what's going on, possibly to do with the storm. Having a bit of a storm around here tonight, which is a bit strange considering all the nice weather we've had recently. But we'll go to the schedule. And so yeah, obviously last time out we had that Inter game and we managed to win that 3-2. Fantastic result. Icardi was at it again for them, but we had enough about us just to get the win. Icardi got his in injury time, but we got ours in 80 and 83 as well. So it's really tight. They got theirs 72 and 93, so it was really, obviously we got an early lead in the 20th minute, but after that it was all about the end of the game, and the last sort of 20 minutes or so it just went crazy. But 3-2 win, and we'll come on to where that leaves us in the standings shortly in the Champions League, because this is the last game in the group. We beat Desna even in the league 3-0, pretty routine victory. Viseu got 2 and Paulinho got 1. Something I did need to mention as well, actually, Romero got injured in that last Inter game, and I think he misses today. I think he is. We'll have a look at the squad shortly. I haven't actually set it up yet, so I might have to do a little bit of editing to show that in, because I may well have done, but I don't think I have. And then after this game, again, we're not going to spend too much time on it, but we played Vorskla, again, for a routine 4-0 win. We had Viseu getting a couple of goals there, Tankowski getting a goal, and Yaremchuk getting a goal as well. A bit more of a rotation in this game. Most of these league games, actually, to be fair. We don't need to put the full team out, especially with the Champions League, to focus on. The Kiev game came right before this Fenerbahce game. A little bit harsh on the scheduling, but again, we put the rotated squad out, and it was enough to do a 3-0 win over them. Boyachuk getting a goal, a couple of goals in fact, and Konoplyanka managed to grab one. I think off the bench there. He played in the up front position, got his goal. Still not overly enamoured with him. He's not really pulling his weight. He's 30 years old now. He's there for a bit of tutoring, possibly something like that. Big money for someone like that, but he's not really doing what we need him to do. So we may have to, like I say, look at alternatives in January or in the summer. If I can get a decent replacement in there. The sale of Tyson now is looking like a bit of bad business, although I don't think he's doing much in Paris, and the money we got for him was ridiculous. So maybe overall considered, maybe it is. But we are still unbeaten domestically in the league, stretching God knows how many games now. I'm not too sure, but we've now got a 14-point lead. Goal difference probably makes that 15 points. It's fairly unassailable. It'd have to be a massive collapse for us to not get it from here. Hopefully that's not going to happen, obviously. But back to today, and like I say, we've got Fenerbahce in the group. It's the last group game. We are currently sitting in third, but obviously, as you can see, with us playing Fenerbahce, who are out, they haven't got a point. Their goal difference is atrocious. Inter and Atletico are battling it out. It's basically, as long as we do our job, as long as we go out and win, I don't even know what what a draw would do here. I don't think goal difference counts. I think it's head to head, and we haven't got the best heads. Actually, I think we've got one and lost one against both. We possibly lost both to Atletico. My memory is terrible. 9 points. We beat Fenerbahce. We beat Atletico once. No, we beat them all once. So it's going to be if we draw, that's not a connotation I even want to think about. So as long as we go about our business against Fenerbahce, which I'm fairly confident we will, and get that win, that puts us on 12 points. It's just whether we finish first or second. If Inter and Atletico draw, they both end up on 11. They stay in the order they're in, I imagine. That may change actually with the head-to-head, I'm not too sure. And we go through top. If one of those wins, they go through top, we go through second. Currently looking at some of the groups, I don't think it matters where we finish really. So if we jump in and have a look at the team selection, they're in woeful form. Probably slightly not true, but we haven't got the Turkish league loaded. So obviously that isn't completely reflective. So I have set the team up, I'm pretty sure, yeah, as I want it. We've got the 4-2-3-1 with the attacking midfielder rather than the CDM in there. I think against Fenerbahce we can afford to go that extra bit of forward play, bit of creativity. Oya in there. Romero, yeah, is injured. And who's the other player that normally plays? Barco. I think Oya, I'm not sure. Whoever says that has sort of jumped ahead of Barco a little bit in the pecking order. He's unpredictable, so he's only 20. He's still got a bit of time to go. But I think Oya just offers at the moment a little bit more. He's a year older. He's not as valuable, but I think in terms of performances that he's done, he's just looked a bit more sort of fitting in what we're doing really. So without further ado, we jump into the game. We kick off in our white kit today. But they have come out with some purpose here, but we are on the ball again. Baraki through, can he do? No, he goes back. Oya's there. Spreads it to Leo. Back to Malinovsky. We're playing some nice stuff here. Rodrigo. And Rodrigo scores. After 6 minutes, we've got that lead. And as you can see, that bumps us up to top spot. They are still drawing Inter and Atletico. So we need to keep an eye on that league table on the right-hand side. What I'll do shortly, I'll see if it's... great finish. And as you can see, Atletico Madrid have taken the lead against Inter. What we'll do, rather than league table, we'll do latest scores. So where's so Atletico, Diego Costa scores after 11 minutes away from home. So Atletico Madrid should have the tougher task, but they are leading. We come on again. Rodrigo again. No amount of goals we score here make a difference. As long as we win, there's no permutation even, that can see the amount of scores change where we finish. It's all dependent on the other game. So really we want a draw in that to finish top. I say that there's some tough ties whichever position we finish, whether we get the first place or the second place. There's some tough games in there. We just need to do our job here, try and avoid some injuries, keep everyone ticking over fitness wise, and just for a bit of morale boost really, just try and rack up some goals perhaps. I mean, it looks like they're not going to really trouble us too much. We're again through to Baraki, and he should score. I think he hits the post there. And Atletico Madrid have taken a 2-goal lead now. On to Veros, it looks like, who scored the goal. Don't know who that is. Never heard of him. And Baraki just before half-time, 3-0. Assist by Rodrigo. Rodrigo's having a stormer of a game today. And I'm just watching the Champions League highlights rather than this highlight at the moment, I'm watching the Bayern Real Madrid game. Not too sure when this episode comes out, possibly next week as I'm recording. So these games will already be known to you. I haven't seen any of the Champions League scores today. Just been a bit preoccupied with some other things. I did see the Chelsea game, Liverpool game highlights earlier on, and I did obviously see the score yesterday. They do look decent. They do look like they're going to have a good chance of winning it. Probably prefer they didn't, because I've got a colleague at work who's a Liverpool fan, and he just kept sending me grief every time Liverpool scored a goal, and I could just do without that, to be honest. But second half, kicks underway. We had a chance there, but nothing comes of it. There's another highlight here, and it is Fenerbahce that are coming forward. They nearly score. And I've just noticed in the group stage there as well, and some of the results at the top, Galatasaray in it. So there's 2 Turkish teams in the group stage at the moment, and Isla could be off here. Is it 2 yellows? Just straight red. Don't know what he did, But what we'll do, there's still them coming forward, wasn't it? I think, or was that possibly our chance? What we'll do, we'll have a look at, try and have a look at their formation. If I can remember how to do it. Who was it who went off? It was Isla on Rodrigo. I think it was their right back. So we may just have a little look here. And we're going to exploit the left flank. Because in theory, that's where he's been. Well, Rodrigo's been really a lot of joy down that side anyway. And they should now be down. It's 10 men, possibly a bit weaker on that side. But we clear up. Shevchenko's still in goal. I didn't put Piatov back in. But, you know, it's not really a problem. He's doing well enough. And Baratke's through. And he skies it over. Just watching the Real Madrid game. It looks like, yeah, Ronaldo's just scored. Probably one of the two other players who's probably going to challenge Salah for Player of the Year this year. I do find myself... Oh, he scored again. Baratke. I do find myself on this highlights agreeing with Roy Keane a little bit. He said, you know, he's having a great season, but if he doesn't end with a trophy, club level this season, then, you know, Ronaldo and Messi are doing the job and finishing with trophies. Barca look like they've probably won the title in Spain. Real Madrid obviously look, well, they've got 2 away goals at the moment against Bayern from what I'm seeing. I don't know the result, but with 2 away goals already, look like they could be through to the final as well, joining Liverpool. Obviously still a long way to go, still another leg, but you know, if Real Madrid come out with the Champions League, you say, well, Ronaldo's in with a shout, don't you? So I just realised we haven't made any subs. We're too busy. I'm too busy watching the highlights. I should pause, watch them play this after or before or something really. But as is my time schedule at the moment, I don't have much time to do two things. I have to do 2 things at once. But you know, not concentrating, and we still won 4-0. So I say that as they drag a shot wide. But I mean, I don't need to worry about resting players too much, subbing players too much, because the league game next game, I'll probably rotate everyone anyway. Give some other players a chance to play. But it looks like we're going to just be the final highlight with nothing happening here, I hope. Unless we can nick it and do something. No, it's a free kick. If I could avoid some yellow cards, that would be ideal. That just trickles wide. Yeah, I don't want any suspensions in the next round if I can help it. Did we get any? We got 1 yellow, which was Audet's, and we've got... that's probably the one position we've got where we've got good cover, is centre half, I'd say. We'll let the assistant do that. They're all very happy. Now, we may stick around here for the draw. Yeah, and Atletico Madrid did win 2-0. Partey was sent off for them quite early on. They managed to hold on and score straight afterwards and hold on for the rest of the game. And it doesn't look like Inter really troubled them at all, does it? I mean, to be fair, they had a lot of shots. Cardi didn't do the job that he does against us against them. Played like a man possessed against us, but against Atletico Madrid at home wasn't interested by the looks of it. So we will come back for the draw. So here we are with the draw. I have had to skip about a week or so. It was the 16th, maybe 5 or 6 days, not too sure, since that Fenerbahce game. I have played a league game in that time, which was Kapati, and they were no obstacle in our unbeaten run continues. Vizeo got 2 goals, Baratke got 2 goals, Paulinho got 1, and Rodrigo got 1 off the bench as well. Nothing more to say really. Absolute dominant performance. I don't think they had a shot in the first half. They regrouped a little bit in the second half, but by that point we were like, what, 3-0 up or something. So yeah, 6-0. We're quite clear in the league now. What's that? 14 points. 14 points clear. We were 15. I thought maybe that was wrong. Maybe that's wrong. But I mean, if you look at the rest of the league, I mean, there's a couple of teams. The top 2 have obviously got good goal difference. We've got smashing goal difference. Obviously, Dominic Kieras isn't too bad. But then after that, you're looking at a lot of minuses. There's only one other team. Elishevets is 3rd currently, our affiliate club. +1, and then there's a -2 at 4th, and then a 4 at 5th, and then everyone else is minus below that. It's just... Zoya's not too bad with -1, so it makes me think they can recover. I do want them to cover because they have been a good adversary for us, and I'd like to see them just regroup a little bit. They've got a good Brazilian striker as well, who I've got a little bit of an eye on, but probably not going to make a move. The seeded teams, we are not a seeded team. I don't know if it's because we finished 2nd or what, or it's just generally seeds and unseeds based on sort of last couple of years. I mean, we got to a semi-final last year, so we should be getting close to it anyway. He's certainly knocking on the door for it. So who's come out first? Is it the unseeded? The unseeded to come out first, so we're not going to see us pop out here. Bayern, Chelsea, obviously Champions League final couple of years ago when Chelsea won it, unfortunately for me, being an Arsenal fan. I'm sure there's a few out there who disagree with that. Let's have a look. Man United are out, so we're not going to see us here. It's Porto. We avoid Porto, which is a good thing, I think. Who's in there that we would fancy? We don't want PSG. Can't get Atletico Madrid, so we're looking at Man City, Real Madrid, Monaco and Dortmund. Now, Real Madrid are a bit better than last year, but we did obviously do them over last year, so maybe they're a possibility. Dortmund, they're second in the Bundesliga. Peter Bosz is still the manager on this game. And in AS Monaco, Jardim is still there. Obviously, I don't have the French league loaded up, so I'm not too sure, but they've still got some good players, obviously. Milan are out against Man City. Liverpool are out against Monaco. So Monaco probably was my preference. They're gone. It's Juventus. If they could pull PSG, that would be amazing. Oh, they've pulled Dortmund. Second choice are gone. So we're looking at a Real Madrid or PSG situation here. I don't know the French league, so I can't see how PSG are doing, but they've still got quite a few good players. And obviously we've had a bit of bad luck against them the last couple of years. Napoli, Paul, Real Madrid, so we've got PSG. And CSK Moscow get Atletico Madrid. We're at home first. Not sure if I'm happy about that. I do like to play the away leg first and bring them back to our ground, hopefully still in the tie. The next game is February. How does that fit in with our schedule? It is the next game. So I can't play any domestic games in between unless there's some sort of rejig in the calendar, but I don't think there will be. There'll be some friendlies around January sometime, I guess. So we're going to head into our winter break. So, yeah, I think we'll leave it there. And the next game you join me for will be that. It says unknown. It hasn't slipped PSG in there yet. The home game against PSG. So we can look forward to that. Well, you can look forward to that. I will not. I expect this run of green here to be in a little bit of jeopardy, and certainly these zeros with the clean sheets. 6 in a row, I think it is in the league for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I saw it in the news thing. It was a record in the league or club record, not too sure which. But yeah, so before we head out onto that sort of follow up, if you could drop a like on my channel, subscription on my channel, like on the video, any comments as well. Like I mentioned, I'll read them all or comment on them all. So yeah, I have actually as well. So one final comment. So yeah, do all that good stuff, the liking, subbing, commenting, all that good stuff. Transfers, we have just arranged someone. I think he comes in January, so there probably will be a update. Is he showing yet? I think it's future deals. I've actually got a few of these. Actually, have a quick look at these. I don't think I've brought you through these, but it's Companucci, and he's a good young Argentinian winger. He looks pretty decent, and I did manage to do something that Ed from Ted Redwood Gaming mentioned, and we had a bit of a joke about it. Not having much luck doing it before. I've got him on a decent contract, but I've also managed to stick a 2 or 3 option to extend on that, so he's tied down for a good couple of years when he's here. A couple of others, we've got a Brazilian. I'm not sure exactly when he joins, 1st of January, so he'll be here in January. A left back, a little bit of work needed on him, but he is 18. He's played a lot of games for his club in Brazil, so there's potential there. I'm sure there was. Yeah, he was a quality signing, so according to my scouts. We got Cedric Drouet. This one looked really good. A young striker, promising striker, good pace, good finishing, decent composure for an 18-year-old. He's not capped yet. He's not made much of an impact for his club. I thought he would have done, but you know, he'll come into our youth team, maybe go out on loan, not too sure yet. We've got Kezos coming from Apoel in Cyprus, I think. Yeah, Cyprus. He is Cypriot. I think they're a Cypriot club rather than a Greek club. He's a right back. He's unambitious, so we need to try and train that out of him, get some determination up on him. But he's 18. We've got potential there to build him up. He's showing scouting required. It's obviously expired since I put that bid on. I think I've had to wait a year or 2 to get him. I'm not too sure. We've got Jose Hurtado, central midfielder from Colombia. He's coming in from, where is that? Atletico Nacional, I think is a Colombian team as well. He looks really good, dictates tempo as a trait. I like that. Tries long range passes. I like that. Bit of a Steven Gerrard kind of type player there. Does it mention who he might be? Or no, there's no news there. But he's a Mazzala, central midfielder, ball winner. He can play a lot of the roles that we like. Good passing, tackling needs a bit of work. Determination's average. So again, there's a few bits there to work on. But 18-year-old Colombian, yeah, it's looking good. Companucci we looked at, and then we got Stephen Gray. He appeared in a scout report, 4-star potential goalkeeper, Scottish, and he was on a free. So he's joining us in April next year. I don't know why we have to wait that long for a 17-year-old Scot to join in, but his stats don't look amazing. But he's got good determination, some good other traits, good teamwork, good vision. What else we got? He's quite short. His jumping features aren't amazing. So there is some work to be done there, but I thought he was worth a punt. Just to have a look at on a free transfer. Hasn't played for anyone, so he's just a regen that's come through nowhere basically, and yeah, so it looks like he could be a potential. We've got him actually at the club at the moment. He's in the under 20. Actually, he's in the first team, I think. I'm going to move him to the under 19s. He's actually on a trial, I think, so he can, I assume, train with us and use the facilities and get a bit better. I think I've actually got a tutor on him as well. Yeah, Pietov's tutoring him to try and boost him up a little bit. So I think we've waffled on a little bit more about transfers than we needed to. So we've got a few players actually as well enjoying some interest. So we have to try and fight them off in January or in a couple of weeks. But yeah, you'll see me next episode 49, and it will be PSG. I'll see you then. Take care.